Welcome to Hypnosis Health Info. I'm Roger Moore. I had a physical exam this morning, which was the first one I'd had in quite some time, and what really prompted the exam was that under the new Affordable Care Act, my new health insurance provides me with an annual physical at no additional charge to myself. There was no deductible or anything like that, and I was a little bit hesitant because it's like, well, I'm healthy and doing great, and I eat well and exercise, and I thought, well, it's been a while, so why not go have this exam? It's paid for, it's all covered, and plus there was a doctor that I have met that I was curious about, and have been impressed with him and the things that he's had to say, and so I thought, okay, why don't I set up an appointment with him for this exam? And it's here in the Medical Dental Building, downtown Seattle, in the Polyclinic. His name is Dr. Mark McCabe, and made my appointment and came in, and other than being starving, because I had to do a 12-hour fast, I could only have water for the blood work. Other than that, everything was great, and I was just hungry and wanted to eat something, but got right in, and they took my height and weight and heart rate and blood pressure, and all those things were great. And Dr. McCabe made some comment about having a marathoner's heart rate, because I have a low resting heart rate, and blood pressure and all those things were in the low normal range, very healthy, very strong. And then was in the room, and within seconds of being left alone in there, Dr. McCabe came in, and it was, I was impressed. I was very excited with the things that he had to say and how he presented himself in the information. And what he sat down with and went over with me and presented to me was a sheet called Keys to Prevention. And in this first box up here is an exercise pyramid. And the most important piece, the biggest part of the exercise pyramid was cardiovascular, doing some form of cardiovascular exercise. Whether it's walking or swimming or running or riding a bike or whatever it is, it's important to move, to be active. And then the other, the next most important piece was resistance training. He talked about TRX and other forms of weight training, resistance training. And then the top part of the pyramid was the importance of balance and flexibility and doing things like stretching and yoga. And then the next box below that was the power plate. And on the wall, I was all excited, there was a poster of the power plate. And I've talked often here at Hypnosis Health Info, and I often talk with my Slender for Life clients about the power plate, and I've written posts about the power plate, and I'll click a link on it. But the power plate is 4 equal parts. It's an equal part of vegetables, grains, legumes, and fruit. And he talked about portion control being 80% of the rule, and diversity of foods. And then he had over here in the blank spot, he wrote in avoid or limit processed carbs, dairy, and the third one was animal proteins, chicken, fish, beef, pork, and that those should preferably be avoided or at least certainly limited. And down here, if you don't do those things, if you don't avoid those things, if you're eating processed carbs, if you're eating dairy products, if you're eating animal proteins, those lead to chronic disease and to big pharmacy. And I don't know about you, but I certainly don't want chronic diseases, and I certainly don't want to be supporting big pharma. So to me, it's really important that I eat my whole grains, that I eat my vegetables, that I eat my legumes, and have some fruit, and that I exercise and I stay healthy so that I don't have to spend money on medications. And then he talked about stress management and maintaining overall good health, getting good sleep, regular exercise, nutritious diet, unplugging from computer periodically. He talked about the importance of turning all electronics off for 24 hours and not checking the email and not checking texts and Twitters and Facebooks and doing anything on the computer, but totally unplugging. Meditation and or yoga, balancing work and professional life, moderation and a reduction of stimulants, alcohol and caffeine, cultivating loving relationships, experiencing nature regularly, importance of massage, and he mentioned massage several times, and then developing your purpose, knowing what your purpose, what your passion, what your mission is in life. And he talked about the people that live in the blue zones, that are centurions, that they have a very clear sense of purpose. They know why they're on this earth at this time, which is something that I passionately talk about with clients frequently. And the final one is, who is your community? Who do you belong with? Who do you belong to? And having that sense of community. And then there's the 10 basic rules for a good night's sleep. Sleep only as much as you need to feel rested, and then get out of bed. Keep a regular sleep cycle. Avoid forcing sleep. Exercise regularly for at least 20 minutes, preferably 4 to 5 hours before bedtime. Avoid caffeinated beverages after lunch. Avoid alcohol near bedtime, no nightcap. Avoid smoking, especially in the evening. Do not go to bed hungry. Adjust bedroom environment. Deal with your worries before bedtime, and then Orange Blossom. He refers his patients to my Orange Blossom recording. And one of the things that he shared with me is that he goes to sleep every night listening to Orange Blossom. He has no idea what the ending is. He's never heard the ending because he's sleeping. And he loves Orange Blossom and is frequently referring people to Orange Blossom. And then the final piece is that he had prevention resources, a couple of them that I have not listed on my website, but I will certainly be doing that. One of his heartattackproof.com, pcrm.org, Forks Over Knives, The China Study, nutritionfacts.org, pmri.org, neilbernard.org, and fatsicknearlydead.com. And I was just so impressed that he would give this out, and he spent somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 40 minutes with me, talking about me and asking questions about me and wanting to know about my life and my family and family history and our kids and grandkids and you know, the bike riding that I do and a little bit about himself, and then spent the time going through this. And that to me was thrilling, that this is the direction that medicine should be going, and here's somebody that is actually taking it there. And I've mentioned before that I did a blog post, and I'll put a link to that study, that it was Kaiser Permanente that in May of 2013 directed all of their physicians that in a big bulletin that they should be recommending a plant-based diet to 100% to all their patients. So let me say that again, that in this memo, this newsletter to physicians, it was to all physicians, and all Kaiser Permanente physicians should recommend a plant-based diet to their patients. And the other piece that in that newsletter, that memo that was so exciting for me, was it talked about the importance of moving away from medication and surgery and moving to prevention, to lifestyle changes, of eating healthy and exercise. And folks, that's just, to me, very thrilling. I'm very passionate about that. That's my purpose, that's my mission in life, is to teach people, to teach you the skills and the tools to make lifestyle changes and make them last. Anybody can diet, follow some diet, but the problem with the diet is it comes to an end and then people put all the weight back on, versus making a lifestyle change. And here at hypnosishealthinfo.com and at slenderforlife.com, there's lots of tools and resources. And here in my office in the medical dental building in downtown Seattle, in my office on Bainbridge Island, over in Forks in my office there, and now online through Adobe Connect throughout the United States and in Hong Kong. I coach people on how to make these lifestyle changes. I teach you tools, I teach you skills so that you truly can change your thoughts, change your emotions, and change your behavior and live a healthy life. And I've said this before, and I will continue saying it, I'm all about healthcare reform. We absolutely have to reform healthcare in this country because we're going to go broke. There's no way we can continue with the healthcare system that we've had in the past. Healthcare reform begins with each one of us taking responsibility for our own healthcare. That's eating a plant-based diet. That's being very active, exercising, filling our thoughts with positive, healthy thoughts and our hearts with love and joy. And being mindful, you can learn to do that. So if you'd like to reform your healthcare and learn tools so that you can be responsible for your health and wellness, please give me a call at 206-903-1232 or send me an email, roger@hypnosishealthinfo.com, and let me know how to support you. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.